The animal kingdom is full of astonishing and bizarre birth processes, many of which seem unbelievable without proof. From the nurturing raccoon to the mysteries of the kangaroo pouch, nature never ceases to amaze. But what we're about to reveal takes things to a whole new level. Get ready for a jaw-dropping moment. Number 21. Sneaky raccoons. Raccoons are intelligent and adaptable mammals, easily recognized by their black eye markings and bushy, ringed tails. Omnivores by nature, their diet includes fruits, insects, small animals, and even trash in urban areas. Known for their dexterous paws, raccoons skillfully manipulate objects like tiny hands. Female raccoons give birth once a year, usually in spring, after a 63-day gestation. Newborn kits are blind and helpless, relying on their mother, who shelters them in tree hollows, burrows, or attics. By 3 weeks, the kits open their eyes and begin exploring, learning to forage by 12 weeks, though they stay near their mother until ready to survive independently. Number 20. Kangaroo pouch. Kangaroos have a fascinating and unique birthing process. Their gestation lasts only 30 to 36 days, after which the tiny, undeveloped joey, weighing less than a gram, is born. Instead of being carried, the joey instinctively crawls into its mother's pouch, where it latches onto a teat for nourishment. Inside, it continues to grow, developing fur and kangaroo-like features. As it matures, the joey begins exploring outside the pouch but returns for safety. By 8 to 12 months, it leaves the pouch for good, starting its journey to independence. Number 19. Frogs' vocal sacs. Most frogs follow a typical life cycle. Eggs hatch into tadpoles, which grow into adult frogs. But Darwin frogs take a unique approach. After the female lays her eggs, the male swallows them, not for food, but for protection. He keeps them in his vocal sac, shielding them from predators. For 8 weeks, the male starves while the eggs develop. Once hatched, he releases fully formed froglets, ensuring their survival in a fascinating and unusual way. Number 18. Overly protective mother alligator. Alligators, known for their fierce reputation, are surprisingly devoted mothers. When ready to lay eggs, a female digs a hole near water, lays her eggs, and carefully covers them. For the next 3 months, she stays close, guarding the nest. When the eggs are ready to hatch, the baby alligators signal her with chirping sounds. Hearing this, she gently carries them in her mouth to the water, protecting them from predators. This remarkable care showcases the alligator's strong maternal instincts. Number 17. The backup baby. The quokka has a fascinating reproductive strategy. During its 28-day gestation, it carries 2 babies. One, called Joey, is born first, while the other remains in the womb as a backup. If Joey doesn't survive, the backup is ready to take its place. Joey spends up to 6 months in its mother's pouch, feeding and growing, and remains dependent on her for another month before venturing out. This ensures the species' survival, even if the firstborn doesn't make it. Number 16. Crabs. Protective egg sac crabs. Crabs have a remarkable reproductive cycle, especially during the rainy season. Males head to the coast while females seek mates. After mating, females carry fertilized eggs in a special abdominal pouch for 2 to 3 weeks. When ready, the eggs are released into the water, timed with the tide. The eggs hatch into tiny, transparent larvae called zoea, which drift with currents and undergo several stages before becoming megalopi, resembling small crabs. These settle on the seafloor, molting and growing until they reach adulthood. This intricate process highlights the adaptability of crabs. Number 15. The fascinating sloth birth. Sloths may be the slowest creatures on Earth, but their birth process is surprisingly efficient. 2-fingered sloths have an 11.5-month pregnancy, while 3-fingered sloths carry their young for only 6 months. Mothers give birth hanging upside down on a low branch, minimizing the risk of injury if the baby falls. If it does fall, the mother descends to retrieve it. After giving birth, the placenta drops to the ground, and the mother often eats it, likely for nutrition or to avoid attracting predators. Baby sloths are born fully developed, weighing 300 to 500 grams, with open eyes, claws, and teeth. They instinctively cling to their mother's fur and depend on her to learn survival skills in the treetops. Number 14. Jack of the alpaca pregnancy journey. Alpacas. Alpacas have a unique pregnancy process that ensures both the mother and her baby stay healthy. The female alpaca, or dam, carries her cria for about 11.5 months, similar to human pregnancy. This long gestation allows the cria to grow strong. Early on, the cria is small but grows quickly, requiring the dam to eat more to meet both their nutritional needs. Birth typically occurs in the morning or afternoon, with the dam standing to keep the area clean. The delivery is quick, and within hours, the cria can stand and walk, though it may need some help. The dam ensures the cria nurses, providing vital nutrients and antibodies for its health. Number 13. Giraffes' long gestation. Giraffes have one of the longest pregnancies in the animal kingdom, lasting 15 months, about 470 days. This extended gestation period allows the calf to develop the strength it needs for survival in the savanna. At birth, giraffe calves weigh 100 to 150 pounds and are over 6 feet tall. This size helps them stand and run quickly to avoid predators. The birth process begins with the calf's 2 front legs, followed by its head and body, as the mother remains standing to avoid injury. After birth, calves grow rapidly, increasing by 2.5 centimeters daily in the first week. Within hours, they can stand, walk, and feed, fully equipped for life in the wild. Number 12. Jawfish. Jawfish are fascinating for their unique birthing process. After the female lays her eggs, the male takes over, collecting them in his mouth for a month. This mouth breeding process is similar to velvet spiders but differs in that the male doesn't eat during this time. He occasionally spits the eggs out to ensure proper oxygenation before gathering them back in. Once the eggs hatch, the father releases the fry into the ocean, ensuring the next generation's survival. It's a remarkable example of parenting in the animal kingdom. Number 11. The Lion Queen. Lions are celebrated for their majestic presence and social behaviors, earning the title of kings of the jungle. This status is not just due to their dominance, but also their approach to raising young. A lioness has a gestation period of around 100 days, during which she focuses on resting and eating to ensure the health of her cub. She gives birth in a secluded spot for protection from predators and rivals. At birth, the cubs are small, blind, and deaf, relying on their mother for warmth, protection, and nourishment. As they grow, they begin to explore and interact with the pride, eventually learning hunting skills to become strong and independent. Number 10. Seahorse. Czezia horses. Seahorses have a unique mating and birthing process. During mating season, the female seahorse transfers her eggs into a pouch on the male's abdomen, where they develop for 2 to 3 weeks. Unlike most animals, the male seahorse carries and protects the eggs. When they hatch, the male gives birth to up to 1,000 tiny seahorses. Afterward, he quickly recovers and is ready for another batch. This remarkable process makes the male seahorse one of the most devoted dads in the animal kingdom, sharing the responsibility of reproduction in an extraordinary way. Number 9. Elephants' long pregnancy. Elephants, the largest land mammals, have a remarkable 22-month pregnancy, the longest of any mammal. This lengthy gestation ensures their calves are well developed, weighing 200 to 250 pounds at birth. Elephants typically give birth to one calf, though twins can occur. The mother usually selects a secluded spot to give birth, reducing predator risk. Remarkably, within 20 minutes, the baby can stand, and within 2 days, it's walking with the herd. This lengthy gestation helps the calf grow strong and ready to keep up with the herd's constant movement, vital for its survival in the wild. Number 8. Goodbye Mother Octopus. The octopus has a tragic and unique birthing process. After mating, the female searches for a safe place to lay her thousands of eggs, which she attaches to a den or crevice. For weeks, she stays with them, neglecting food and even shutting down the part of her brain responsible for hunger. The strain eventually causes her to starve to death while guarding her eggs. By the time they hatch, the mother is gone, having sacrificed herself for the survival of her young. This heartbreaking cycle underscores the extreme lengths animals go to for their offspring's survival. Number 7. Darting snails. Snails are fascinating creatures with unique reproductive habits. As hermaphrodites, each snail has both male and female organs, allowing efficient reproduction. With about 43,000 species, snails live in diverse environments, from land to water. Before mating, they engage in a courtship ritual called darting, where they shoot calcium spikes at each other to stimulate readiness for fertilization. Afterward, they find a moist spot to lay 30 to 100 eggs. So, next time you spot a snail, remember its love life is more complex than you might think. Number 6. Hyenas. The birth process for female spotted hyenas is harsh and perilous. Unlike most mammals, they have a pseudopenis, which complicates mating and childbirth. During mating, the female must retract it, and during birth, she must deliver her cub through an extremely narrow opening, just 1 inch wide and 23 inches long. This makes labor both painful and dangerous, with up to 60% of cubs suffocating, and over 15% of mothers dying. Even when both survive, the female's genitalia often tear, causing lifelong pain and discomfort. The process is a brutal and tragic aspect of hyena reproduction. Number 5. Velvet spider's sacrifice. The velvet spider's birthing process is a shocking example of maternal sacrifice. After laying her eggs, the mother's body begins to break down, turning to liquid. When the eggs hatch, the fragile spiderlings feed on the liquefied remains of her decaying body. This continues until nothing is left, and the young spiders consume her entirely. Once they've finished, they scatter to start their own lives. This gruesome process highlights the brutal nature of reproduction in the wild, where mothers often give everything for their offspring's survival.